Hey guys, welcome back to the Hat and Beard Show. Today is Tuesday, and Tuesday is going to be for power rankings moving forward. I like the idea of coming off of the end of the week before we transcend into the following week, the upcoming week, looking ahead at the Jaguars. I think Tuesdays will be designated to look at power rankings for the Detroit Lions. We might sprinkle in a few other teams right there, but I just kind of like the idea of doing a quick rundown, little power rankings for you guys so you guys can kind of get a feel of where the national media is looking at the Detroit Lions. Now, I've got a little article here pulled up that has actually gone ahead and did a bunch of the hard work for me, and I can do this easy work to make life even easier for you guys. We have a nice article here brought to you from sportsillustrated.com. Now, they went ahead and basically did all the heavy lifting. Like I said, they went and put all of the aggregate together. So all of the major AP, your major political, or not political, but writing departments for newspapers, magazines, that type of stuff. It shows how old I am when I say newspapers and magazines. But they went ahead and they kind of broke it all down for us in a nice, easy to digest segment here that I'm going to further masticate and make it even easier for you to go ahead and consume. But, guys, before we do me a rock solid favor. Go ahead and like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. It so helps out in the algorithm when it sees people subscribing to the channel. It shows that, hey, we need to put this content out for more people to see. People apparently like the Hat and Beard Show. And finally, you guys know the last thing I'm going to ask. Go ahead and share this video around with all your friends. You never know. You right there, sitting there. Look, dude, I know. It doesn't seem like very much. You're sitting at work, hitting your pen, taking a poop. It is what it is. Look, dude, you could be that guy who reaches somebody that I don't know. We're all 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, right? You might know somebody who you share it. They see me. We get famous. I give you a big comeuppance, and then I no longer have to go to work anymore. That would be the absolute cat's pajamas. So do me a solid. Share this around with all your friends. It really helps out the algorithm. It helps the channel grow. So thank you so much. And then go ahead and comment down below once, we kind of get into this a little bit. Let me know what you think, how accurate these power rankings are. So without any further ado, boys, let's go ahead and hop into it. This coming to us from sportsillustrated.com. We're going to go ahead and read through the power rankings, just like the Power Rangers that we are. So let's go ahead and shift into turbo. All right, guys, now that we've shifted into turbo and we're ready to go, let's read this through sportsillustrated.com. Power rankings. Can the Lions beat teams despite turnover? Lions can beat teams despite turnover issues. No longer being a question, can we, but a statement. That was a big statement. When Lions are built to overcome obstacles, we are built differently. We're built. God, this is cheesy. We're built Ford tough. All right, John Macaron. John Macaron. Here we go. John Macaron, sportsillustrated.com. Here are the Detroit Lions stand in the latest NFL power rankings following the team's 26-23 victory, come from behind victory at the Houston Texans at NGR Stadium. Sports Illustrated has us now ranked number 1 in the NFL. Previously ranked number 1 in the NFL. Now, we are going to be seeing a lot of previously ranked number ones because our win at Green Bay last week was very impressive, right? That was an impressive win, especially coming off of the stomping that we handed out to the Tennessee Titans. We've just been kind of on a roll. And last week, the Texans game really kind of was an outlier for how we're used to seeing the Lions perform in modern day Detroit Lions, okay, in modern day. This is exactly what you've seen through 3 quarters of last week's game is exactly what we all suffered through the late 90s and early aughts. So Sports Illustrated says, I think this exercise is going to perpetually drive Chiefs fans insane. When in real life, we should be incredibly kind to the Kansas City Chiefs, given the power they have to fix games at the NFL level. Yes, dude. I'm not really a big fan of Sports Illustrated. They're kind of like the corporate slop of sports writing, and in my opinion, they're way too woke, or at least got way too woke when the liberal lefties were just losing their minds over the past couple years, doing just way too much stuff. I don't really care. Not really here for it. You're not really here for it, I can imagine. But this is funny. This is funny. This is funny. Come on. Kansas City, given the power they have to fix games at an NFL level. That's funny. And it's even funnier that the national media is now announcing it, or saying it, calling it out, acknowledging it. But seriously, if Patrick Mahomes threw 5 INTs, the Chiefs would have lost to the Broncos by 35. Ain't that the truth? The Chiefs don't quite have the boat race offense that we have. The Lions won this one, and after halftime showcased just how good this coaching staff has been at making adjustments. I agree with that. I actually think that Aaron Glenn, this game, the Houston Texans game, solidified him. He will be a head coach next year. There is no way around it. Aaron Glenn was able to adjust the defense, make second half adjustments, things that we've seen them struggle at in the early half of his defensive coordinator career. Now it's something that he can hang his hat on. Now he knows what he's going to do. Now he's developing a plan midway through the first quarter on how he's going to make adjustments and bait you into making mistakes in the second half. Aaron Glenn, this game, our defense solidified him, as well as the Saints firing Dennis Allen last week. It's pretty much cut and dry. I mean, let's be honest. Aaron Glenn's going to go be the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. The Athletic has us ranked at number 2. Previous ranking, number 1. This could be a 9, but there's always a concern with Jared Goff that something bad is lurking around the next corner. For instance, a 5-interception game like he had Sunday night against the Texans. Yeah, that was so weird, dude. It was weird, but you know what was really encouraging about that 5-interception game? Jared Goff, he's gonna be Goff sometimes. But Jared Goff is so good at letting that shit roll off his back like water off a duck's ass. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got that short memory. He also has the support and the backing of his coaches and teammates, right? We are not going to give up on Jared Goff. 4 interceptions, 5 interceptions. We're not giving up on Jared Goff, namely because Hendon Hooker isn't that guy. But also, Jared Goff is our guy. He is the franchise quarterback. He has all the faith in the world of Dan Campbell, the coaching staff, the players, the entire organization, and the fan base. That's more than he had in his first 8 games of the season. The other knock on Goff is his offensive coordinator and teammates make it easy on him. His air yards per attempt, 6.9, ranks 29th in the league. Still, his EPA per dropback is 0.6, ranks 8 in the league, and can't be dismissed. Dude, that's funny. The knock on Goff is his offensive coordinator and teammates make it look easy for him. Yeah, Ben Johnson, our offensive coordinator, is a genius, right? He's the smartest man on the offensive side of the ball in the NFL. And we do have just talent on our offense, right? We got bodies on bodies, and it's just not dudes. It's just not a bunch of JAG, just another guy, right? We're not a bunch of Jags, right? We're a bunch of actual ballers, right? So if Amon-Ra gets knocked down, you know, it's not that far of a drop-off. Obviously, you're talking going from an elite-level wide receiver to a elite-level athlete, not necessarily a wide receiver, but the drop-off between Amon-Ra and Khalif now, Khalif can come in and do things similar to how Amon-Ra can. He's not Amon-Ra, but it's not that. You're not going to freak out that much. You know what I'm saying? Like when we lost Hutch, that was terrifying. Our offense has way more depth and way more tools at our disposal than the defense does, right? Therefore, like they're saying, making it look good, making it look easy on Jared Goff, and Big PP Ben Johnson just calls all the plays. CBS Sports. Nobody cares about CBS Sports. They're woke as hell. Last week, they had us previously ranked at number 2. This week, they still have us ranked at number 2. Winning the way they did on Sunday night against the Texans is proof of just how tough this team can be. They rallied in a big way, which shows their Dan Campbell grit. They're just calling it Dan Campbell grit. Yeah, so not much to say. CBS, and you guys know CBS is just going to glaze the Chiefs. The CBS is an AFC-affiliated organization. They're going to support the AFC teams as much as they can. And CBS, like, I'm surprised that they don't have Chris Collinsworth working for them the way that they just glaze Patrick Mahomes at every single fucking chance they can. CBS loves Patrick Mahomes. Now, I'm no longer a Patrick Mahomes hater. I actually think he's incredibly talented, and I like his demeanor off the field, okay? I think he conducts himself like an absolute professional. But I'm not just going to sit there and glaze him over and over and over again. Patrick Mahomes is not having the type of season that he normally has, right? So let's just call it what it is. The Chiefs are getting very lucky. The Lions are actually good. Look at Gibbs. Look at Gibbs, dude. Dude, he's sweet. All right, Yahoo. Now, this week has us ranked first overall. Last week, first overall. See? For all the praise Lions comeback win, for all the praise of the Lions comeback win, they do need to figure out how Jared Goff went off the rails on Sunday night and more than doubled his interception total for the season. It shouldn't be a problem, but the Lions can let it become. Lions can't let it become one either, right? It shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't. This is a one-off. This is a one-off. This was everybody gets one, right? Just be grateful that this wasn't in the playoffs. In the playoffs, you might not be able to come back from this, right? Now, granted, Houston is a probable playoff team. Probably going to win the South, not saying a whole hell of a lot. It's not like they're going to, competing in the NFC North, which is the toughest division in all of football. But you know what? Like they said Sunday night, at least now we have the experience. We got this exposure during the regular season where it wasn't a win and go home. Now we know how to handle it, and we know that we are equipped to overcome such obstacles. I think that this was just one of them weird games, man. Like everybody gets really high on power rankings and they expect people to do certain things. Look, man, maybe everybody needs a little refresher, but there was this movie that came out in the 90s starring Al Pacino and Jamie Foxx, and it was called Any Given Sunday, right? Any given Sunday, any team can win. Just because you've been anointed holier than thou, Kansas City, and you write the script, Kansas City, and you buy off the officiating, Kansas City. Any given Sunday, a team can win. They tried to kneecap us in the Green Bay game by ejecting Brian Branch. Any given Sunday, we still have the guys to pull it off. 1/2 second too late, too early, you don't quite catch it. 1/2 step too slow or too fast, you don't quite make it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. I'm sorry, guys. Look, I played ball in high school. I played ball like my whole life growing up, right? And I can pretty much recite the entire inches speech from Any Given Sunday because once we hit varsity, every single film session, be it prepping for the upcoming game or reviewing the previous game, every single session, Coach Green would slide in the inches speech. We claw with our fingernails for that inch, right? Because we know when we stack up all those inches, that's going to make the fucking difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. Dude, yes. Man. Yeah, legit. You guys probably can't see it. I have goose pimples. My hair is standing on edge thinking about that. Now, the whole other conversation, Al Pacino, at some point in his career, he decided to become like a total like caricature of himself. Like if you look at Al Pacino in Godfather 1 and 2 versus Al Pacino in the just dumpster fire that is Godfather 3. Between Godfather 2 and Godfather 3, he decided that he was just going to full on lean into being Scent of a Woman, Al Pacino. And instead of being Al Pacino plays a character, he's now Al Pacino playing a character, right? Everything became over the top. But like that type of character, he needed to be that Al Pacino for his role in Any Given Sunday, dude. So I think about that all the time. I love that movie. Oh, excuse me. Poor old Hatton Boobs has had to hear me just go on and on about the inches for years now. I'm always like, it's 6 inches in front of your face. Bleacher Report. This week, they got us ranked second. Last week, they had us ranked second. All right. Good teams find a way to win when they're not playing well. By all rights, the Lions should have lost their Sunday Night Football matchup with the Houston Texans. Instead, they roared back by scoring 19 unanswered second-half points to claim victory. These type of double-digit comebacks have become commonplace for the Kansas City Chiefs, who everyone is striving to beat. The Lions have reached that echelon with 2 such wins in their last 4 games, despite trailing by 10 or more points in the second half. Jared Goff's 5 interceptions couldn't ruin the evening's festivities. Instead, the Lions overcame, which says a lot about this team, its talent, and how it can handle itself against top competition. Houston is upper competition, not top competition. And yeah, Twice now this year we've come back from double-digit deficits. This is, for years we've been saying this isn't the same old Lions, right? But it's just so weird to see us just not fold, not fold. Instead of just existing as one of 32 in the NFL ecosystem, actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, instead of being one of 32 teams just existing in the NFL ecosystem, Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, in conjunction with the actual maestro of all this, Sheila Hamp, has elevated and demanded, they have demanded that the NFL not just be a puddle that we exist in. We want to be the big fish. We want to be the big fish. And we're not just going to become a big fish. We're going to physically beat down all 31 other fishes to become that big fish. And we demand it. We expect it now. And it is how we perform. Whether you're getting the shit kicked out of you by 19 points at Houston while committing 5 turnovers on a Sunday night primetime game, or whether you spot the Minnesota Vikings 10 points on the road and then just absolutely go bananas despite Aiden Hutchinson being 1 week removed from his just absolutely obliterated leg, right? You find a way to, it's so exciting to be a Lions fan. All right, finally here we got USA Today. They had us ranked second this week. They had us ranked second last week. Add resilience to their DNA after they notched their first win under head coach Dan Campbell after trailing double. Oh, because we weren't trailing by double digits against Minnesota. We just spotted them 10. After trailing double digits at halftime while becoming the first team in 12 years to prevail despite its quarterback serving up 5 INTs. Yeah, I agree with the... First or second, take your pick. Again, it's any given Sunday, right? It's any given Sunday. I did see an interesting statistic, though, that we'll let you guys off the hook with this one here. I did see a real interesting statistic that since 1991... quarterbacks who have thrown 5 interceptions in a game up until Sunday were 2-44, dating back to 1991. And Jared Goff just made them 3-44. Do I think that Jared Goff's performance will hamper or hinder his MVP status? Right now, yes. But there's a lot of time left in the season. And as long as we keep winning, I've said it for years, winning is the best deodorant. Okay, winning is the best deodorant, especially when you have tiger blood in your veins, right? Winning, that is the best deodorant. The Lions are doing it. And as long as Jared Goff just keeps on doing what Goff has been doing outside of the Houston game, you have to give him the MVP. You have to. This engine doesn't run without Jared Goff. He is the conductor on the field. He keeps this freight train rolling. Yeah, Ben Johnson is the maestro. He is the engineer behind everything, but he's not in the field. He's sitting at a desk. He's looking at his computer. He's analyzing. He's compiling data. He isn't putting in the actual practical application of his thoughts. He's just an engineer. And be it that I'm a trades worker, I know how engineers work. They like to think that in practice, on paper, it all works. When I'm standing there and I've got a round peg in a square hole, or a square peg in a round hole, and I'm trying to jam that son of a bitch in there, and the engineer's just going, well, it works on paper. And I'm going, look, motherfucker, it doesn't work. I know I'm just a stupid son of a bitch. I know I'm just a blue-collar dummy dumb, but it doesn't work. Now, what you have is someone like Ben Johnson who can engineer these things on paper, visualize it in his head, communicate it to Jared Goff, the rest of the team, and then they can apply it. They might need to make a couple tweaks in the field, little in-field engineering, little adjustments. You see Jared Goff calling audibles all the time. Kill, kill, kill. I want you guys to do exactly like I do, all right? Around the Hat and Beard house, Hat and Boobs can confirm this. Every time Jared Goff, kill, 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 the whole team, kill, kill, kill. I sit home and I go, kill, kill, kill. We got to start, kill, kill, kill. We got to start. We got to keep supporting the team here, fellas. So, that's all there really is. Let me know what you guys think. Try to keep it short and condensed. Can't seem to get it under the 20-minute mark. Hey, we're trying, though. All right, guys. That's going to be it for me. I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe down below. Try to have a good rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Talk about some more Lions news. That's going to be it for me. Bonga bonga. Frig off.